Welcome to cryptocurrency vlog number 2. I am Brent Nally. Today is September 20th, 2017.
And my name is Christopher Lau. I'm going to be filming behind the camera, also doing the editing for cryptocurrency vlog number 2 and so forth. I'm super excited to produce this awesome content. Let's get on with vlog number 2. All right, first question, Brent. What is money?
This is a great question, and it's really complex, but we're going to try and make it really simple right now. So money has been evolving throughout time. It's thought that the first language ever discovered was about 80,000 years ago in caves, and it was actually a ledger system that basically said caveman A owes caveman B a certain amount of goods. So it's kind of our most complex and first discovery of language. That's kind of what money is. It's been evolving over time. Money has been seashells, money has been gigantic rocks, money has been primarily gold for the last 5,000 years or so, and silver second. There's a great book called The Ascent of Money that I read years ago, and I recommend everybody reads if you're curious about what money is and how it's evolved over time. I strongly recommend that. If you're not a big reader, there's also a documentary series of the same name. You should be able to find it on YouTube still. It's called The Ascent of Money. It's written by a Harvard historian. His name's Niall Ferguson, or Niall, it's N-I-A-L-L, Ferguson. But it will go through how money has evolved over time. And I feel like if that book were to be written again today, I believe the book was written in 2010, if it was written again today, it would have to include Bitcoin. So money really has three major properties. Money has to be 1, a unit of account. Money has to be 2, a store of value. And money has to be 3, a medium of exchange. Now, all three of those aspects can be broken down further and are a little complex, but just remember those three. You can also think of it as UOA, unit of account, MOC, medium of exchange, or SOV, store of value. So check out this chart about what the traits of money are, and check out how Bitcoin stacks up against other forms of money.
What are central banks?
Another great question that most people have no idea how to answer. Most people don't even know what central banks are. In fact, most people have no idea how money is actually created in the modern world in 2017. So in 2017, central banks of all countries are the ones that actually create the money supply. So what that means is they are creating more money. Basically about 92% of that money is digital at this point in time. So only about 8% of US dollars are actual physical cash, but that still doesn't even surmount to the entire money supply, because you have lots of assets like real estate that really are just money in ledgers, but they're not really part of the money supply, if that makes sense to you. So we can do a whole nother vlog on what central banks are, but it's really important to understand that central banks create money, and every time they create more money, they're stealing a little bit of money from money value that the current holders of that money have. So in other words, if you own dollars and the central bank prints or creates more dollars, then you're losing a little bit of percentage of the value of that dollar.
What is inflation?
So inflation is kind of what I was just alluding to there in that last example. When central banks create more money, they are by definition inflating the money supply. So just think of it as a balloon inflating. They're creating more money, so the total supply of money is growing just a little bit. Now, the Federal Reserve is the central bank of the United States of America. The Federal Reserve was created in 1913, and since then they have been inflating the money supply, and they've devalued the dollar about 98%. And you can check it out on this chart right here if you want to see that on a chart. The visuals are pretty powerful, so it has taken away the purchasing power of people who have owned dollars over the last 104 years, since 1913. So the current Federal Reserve policy, their target, their goal when they have their little meetings all the time, is they want to have about 2% inflation per year. Now that doesn't sound like much. saying that the government basically wants to steal 2% of the value of the money that you have. But over time, it greatly inflates the money supply and steals the purchasing power of the dollar.
So Brent, why is Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies so volatile?
Bitcoin is really volatile because it's small. It currently, as we sit here right now, has a market cap of approximately $60 billion compared to, think of the global market cap of all money is approximately maybe $100 trillion. So Bitcoin is basically a blip on the map as far as all major currencies. So Bitcoin actually hasn't been too volatile if you zoom out on the chart. In fact, on the annual basis, since Bitcoin has been created, it's pretty much just going one way, straight up. But if you just got into Bitcoin and you've owned it for a day, a week, or month, maybe you've lost money, maybe you have a sore taste in your mouth, but this is normal activity for Bitcoin. Hang in there, it should continue to go up.
When will Bitcoin become more stable like the US dollar?
This is a great question, but it's really difficult to determine. If you do some math, you'll see that Bitcoin should probably be pretty stable, around $1 million per Bitcoin. That would put it at about the same supply of US dollars right now. And US dollars are very stable right now because the amount of selling that people could do and on these macro trading platforms, if people are buying and selling dollars, the amount of that volume cannot affect the total supply of dollars very much to sway it more than a percentage point in a day.
So Brent, I know you answered this in the first vlog, but this is an important question even for myself. Is it too late to invest in Bitcoin?
Yeah, it's a really funny question. People freak out when they see that Bitcoin used to be less than a penny when it was created in 2009, and they now see that Bitcoin's worth $4,000, or it peaked at $5,000 earlier in September. In my opinion, it's a laughable question because no, it's not too late to invest in Bitcoin. Way less than 1% of the population own Bitcoin. I don't even know how many people have heard of Bitcoin. That's why we're doing educational things like this. It's kind of like asking in 1994, is it too late to invest in the internet or internet companies? So no, it's not too late to invest in Bitcoin, in my opinion. Quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. This is for information and educational purposes only. So in summary, this was a short vlog about some questions that we had from the last video. And each one of these questions that Chris asked can be definitely elaborated a lot more. I'd encourage Google searches on this. So what is money? What are central banks? How is money created? What is inflation? Basically, Bitcoin is by definition deflationary. So over time, Bitcoin's value is supposed to go up like it has been doing over the last 8 years of this experiment. Remember, Bitcoin is an experiment. It hasn't been hacked. It's really turning out to be a really good store of value. It's incredibly secure thus far, much more secure than Equifax, which has been hacked, JP Morgan Chase, which has been hacked, Target, that's been hacked, Facebook, that's been hacked. It's a very, very secure, probably the most secure way to store information. Money is simply just information right now, and it's really exciting times. So I hope you guys have found this video very informative. I look forward to the next vlog, and please, if you like this content, please subscribe, like, comment, and if you really want to take this relationship to the next level, click on that little notification bell and you'll get notifications when new videos come out. All right, see you next time.